Jellyfish can't swim in the night. Well, they can. They're also not a fish and is one of the oldest living creatures on Earth. Stay with me, this is important. This anime is not talked about enough. That's why you haven't watched it. One look at the key visual and you see not one, not two, not three, but four girls. They might kiss. And jellyfish is in the background. What the fuck is this anime even about, you say? This is exactly what the anime is about. Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, or Yorokura in short, is an original anime. There is no manga or light novel that were adapted to create this hidden gem. In fact, it's the other way around. A manga and a light novel was adapted from the anime. That's how you know the show is good. Mahiru is a 17-year-old retired illustrator. She loved drawing until her friends called her jellyfish weird.
I'll let you taste my jellyfish.
So she stopped drawing and never looked back, ashamed of her own work. Kano here is a retired idol. Everyone's retired at this point. She loves Mahiru's drawings and they inspire her to keep singing. So when a retired illustrator meets a retired idol, they sniff each other and kiss. Stay with me, this is a good show. So the anime starts off with these two girls helping each other to stand on their feet again after losing the passion they once had. Kano started chasing her dreams. Mahiru started drawing again for Kano. Eventually, two other girls joined the circle. Mei, she plays the piano. She was a big fan of Kano when she was an idol. Such a big fan that she literally replicates her entire appearance. Identity theft is not a joke. Kiwi is Mahiru's childhood friend and also a VTuber. So the four of them come together to create a band called Jelly. Like the jellyfish. See, it's important. Mahiru's the illustrator, Kano's the singer, Mei's the composer, and Kiwi is low-key being exploited. This seems like a pretty happy show. This anime is about music, but it would be wrong to call it a music anime. Imagine Bocchi, but 4 variations of her. You have these 4 characters with different ambitions, different personalities that are facing their own struggles. This is not an anime where all 4 of them just come together and overcome every challenge with the power of friendship. It's realistic. Priorities clash, personalities differ. It's more slice of life than it is music, because behind every character hides a deep, depressing, and yet realistic story that some of us might relate to. Kano was an idol until she smacks a member across the face. She had good reason to do it, but what happened next was exile from society and her own mother. Kind of a bitch, but not really. She yearns for her mother's attention, begging to be noticed. Mahiru's struggles happened after the band was formed. A retired illustrator that isn't too proud of her own work and cares too much about what others think. Going through the comment section might be suicidal. Mei takes up professional piano lessons. I don't need to elaborate. She met Kano at a fan meeting and decided to make that her whole personality. So this is roughly how I would describe their relationship. But Kiwi, she's the character I relate to the most. Not because she's short and insecure, fuck me, but she lies to make herself feel better, boasting how great of a president she is at this prestigious high school, when in reality, she doesn't even go to school. She coops up at home, thinking that this fake almighty character will get everyone to think highly of her. So the lies snowball, to the point she lies to herself, convincing herself that she could keep running away with the lies. So she ends up ignoring and rejecting reality. Bullying was something that all 4 of the characters went through. Mahiru gets ridiculed for her art. Kano's ambitions were laughed at. Mei faces social anxiety because she looks different. Kiwi becomes a shut-in just because she acts different. The stories of the characters are depressing. But sometimes, you gotta look depression and hate in the eyes and say, fuck it, I don't want to be depressed. Fuck all of you. I'll draw Rule 34 art as long as I love it. The anime was able to tell the stories of 4 characters, their past, struggles, trauma, and how they grow, and eventually overcome the adversities they're facing. All that in a span of 12 episodes. The writing deserves to be given credit. You start seeing the bond strengthen between the characters, the friendship that is not always sunshine and rainbows, a realistic one filled with ups and downs, and the sacrifices made to keep the band alive. This clip is so funny, let me just... It's not easy to write 4 characters that build off each other perfectly. All 4 of them bring something to the band. Jellyfish can't swim in the night if one of them were missing. Mahiro and Kano fuel each other to get better, even when they have different goals.
My kiss.
Mei is an underrated character. She is obsessed with Kano, but doesn't just agree with whatever she says. She keeps her in line, making sure her idol doesn't lose herself in the process. Kiwi eventually starts accepting who she is and begins to love herself. The act of self-discovery is the main theme of the anime. The characters, they're just dumb teenagers trying to figure out who they really are. Finally, an anime that has realistic underage characters. There's a scene where Mahiro needed to make changes to her art, changes that defied her art style. The deadline is nearing. She has been sketching her brains out for the past few days, trying to please the producer. Well, she doesn't have to do that anymore. Just revise it like how they want it. Sure, it won't be her art anymore, but at least she won't have to rack her brains to meet the deadline. This is something that every creator, manga artist, light novel author, animator, even I have faced before. The dilemma of putting in more effort when we could just save time, follow the script, and abandon every ounce of passion we have to put in our craft. It's easier. Mahiro ends up redrawing everything, gave no fucks to what the producer wanted, and drew the art she loves. There are so many values that the creators try to convey using each and every character. Even the side characters have valuable stories to tell, and you learn to relate to something every episode. That is what I love about the show. Being an original anime sucks because nobody knows about it. Nobody's there to support it. No one's even hyped for it. Maybe I'm not chronically online, but I just don't see this anime getting the recognition it deserves. That's why I'm here. But I don't blame them. Being a standalone anime is hard. The last time an original anime got popular made half the population depressed. Now things changed. But Yorokura is not going to be anime of the year. It doesn't have an over-the-top plot. The premise is not all that interesting. And yet the characters, they feel alive. They're happy, they're sad, they're gay, they're sad again. Right, the music. I don't remember. The music's good, but you're not watching it for the tunes. You're watching it for the depression and how jellyfishes can bring those together. Pause. Yorokura is no doubt one of the best animes I've seen this year. So if you have the time, which you probably do since you're here, go watch a couple episodes. It's on YouTube. Until then, it's been your boy Danjo and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!